Well, hey everybody, John Sharon here from the Arizona Home Group, and welcome to another episode of AHG Nation Asks. And this month we're going to tackle the question about homeowners associations, or HOAs, as they're commonly called.
Yes, HOAs have had a pretty bad rap in the media the last few years. So if you're buying a home in Arizona, one of the biggest decisions you're going to have to make is if you want to be in an HOA or not. And we're going to break down the pros and cons of homeowners associations so you can figure that out.
They're not all bad, right?
Right.
So first, let's go over the pros, right? So most important thing is neighborhood upkeep, right? So HOAs help maintain the look of the neighborhood and the community, curb appeal by enforcing standards like, landscaping and paint colors and just general upkeep. And in some cases, no parking on the streets overnight.
Yes. Yeah, it kind of keeps the streets a little less cluttered.
Yeah.
But also another pro is that there's amenities typically. So many communities with HOAs offer parks, little tot lots. Some have gyms, clubhouses, pools, splash pads. It just depends on the community, but usually you're going to have some amenities and they're going to maintain those as well.
Yeah, some of them have community events as well, some of the larger HOAs.
Yes.
The other thing that's real positive is it really helps property values, keeps them up, right? By keeping everything looking clean and consistent, HOAs can help protect the values of the homes and sometimes increase your property's value.
Yes. And, one of the other things is conflict resolution, right? So if there's disputes between neighbors over various things, the HOA can kind of step in and act as a mediator there. So not just like taking people to court automatically.
Yeah, exactly. But there are some cons now. So the cons, monthly fees, of course, nothing's free, right? You'll have extra costs on top of your mortgage and your taxes, and fees can range to modest to pricey depending on whether or not it's a big subdivision or a smaller subdivision. And also, you can't write off your HOA dues on your taxes.
That's correct. Right. Yeah. And then the other con is that obviously there's rules and restrictions. So the HOA is going to have a say in what you can and can't do with your home, what colors you can paint it, if you can park in the street overnight or have an RV in your driveway, and if so, for how long, things like that. And when your garbage cans go in and out, that's probably the biggest violation, and not letting weeds overgrow in your yard, which keeps it nice, but can be a little annoying for the homeowners.
It can be. It's kind of a trade-off.
Yeah.
The other negative is sometimes there's special assessments, mostly in townhomes and condo communities, where sometimes if the HOA doesn't have enough money in their funds for big repairs, like maybe replacing a community pool or a roof or maybe a landscaping overhaul, they may actually come to you for an actual assessment.
Yeah, and you have to kind of watch that with gated communities too, because when you're in a gated community, you're now in charge of taking care of all the street maintenance. So one of the biggest complaints really is what people have is the enforcement of these rules, right? Some people feel that HOAs are inconsistent in enforcing the rules to their neighbors that they see happening to them. So that could be a big issue.
And sometimes they think it's a little petty, some of the things, when you got to bring in your garbage cans, you didn't bring them in on the right day, or, stuff like that. So the question is then, should you buy in an HOA community? Well, it really depends on what kind of lifestyle and budget and how much freedom you want over your property. Some people love the structure and the amenities and the maintenance upkeep, while others prefer fewer restrictions.
Yes. And John, really, at the end of the day, it's super important if you're buying in an HOA that you read those CC&Rs when you get them, which is going to go over all the rules and then also the financial stability of the community. And Arizona contracts actually have a built-in contingency for buyers that whenever you receive those CC&Rs, you have 5 days to review them. And if you found something in there that said, hey, I don't really want to buy in this community, you can back out and get your earnest money back. So that's a nice contingency that's built in.
Yeah, and that disclosure also shows the how solvent the HOA is, so they can see your annual budgets and how much money they have in the reserve. So that's really cool. So it's a lot to take into consider, and we're always here to help you guys figure it out. Right? It's there's lots of different options, and we'll explain all those options to you.
Yes, we are always here for every step of the way. So until next month, from all of us here at the Arizona Home Group, thanks for joining us. Be sure to find us on YouTube, like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more videos like this, plus our listing and lifestyle videos too.
And you guys have a really fun Halloween. We'll see you next month.
Bye.